In looking at all of these Taos painters in the last few weeks as a painter, and not as an art historian, I see some things about the collective body of their works. I will show here mostly landscapes and not many figurative pieces to focus on what means the most to me, a painter. Number one is the bold use of color. Not that the Fauves or other European painters were not using bold colors at the time in the early 20th century, but more that I think the exposure to the northern New Mexico light, high altitude, came into the paintings in a very natural manner. I know, as I've lived there for many years, and the skies, clouds, sunsets, aspens in the autumn, and certainly the overall effect of the landscape beckons the use of strong color. The light is harsh. The chamisas and various desert plants exude color in contrast to the sandy soil and beautiful rocky sides. I sense these painters used brighter palettes in a very natural fashion to broadcast their responses to the natural beauty of northern New Mexico. Secondly, as I've noted in some of these individual videos, I sense that the society encouraged the use of photography to freeze frame the scenes they were painting. Not that this is a bad thing, as certainly the Renaissance used the camera obscura to trace a scenery. Keeping a rider still on a bucking bronco is not the easiest way to have a model pose, so photography served a good purpose here. Still, as I have noted, there is a somewhat loss in the artist's interpretation of the scene in a more introspective manner, I feel, as a painter and not as an art historian. The use of photography was common practice, as many of these artists were indeed illustrators, and it was common practice for the use of photographs to recall the scene. I look at the Fauves and Futurists and see more self-interpretive focus on what the paintings were about, and certainly the Cubists made no use of photography as a means to generate a pictorial form. Is this art less of importance? Certainly not. What these painters were doing was generating a common school of thought about what and why they were so mesmerized by the incredible and enchanting panorama of northern New Mexico, followed by many more artists, to which artists like George O'Keeffe followed in the late 30s, and many others. It has been a real eye-opener for me to look at all of this work, as I too have painted my share of New Mexico and Southwest landscapes. To me, the real subject is indeed the landscape, and not today just some focus on the indigenous people there. Although the indigenous people are truly remarkable, and in my own discovery of many of the American Indian artists, I enjoyed much of their company and was very impressed with their creativity. I hope you have enjoyed these videos about this Taos Artists Society painters and would appreciate any comments or feedback about your thoughts. I will make one more of these as a compendium of all of the videos, which will be long, but will show these all in one long video. Look forward to it in the next one, and I sincerely thank you for engaging in these. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons, as this encourages me to make more of these naked artist exposure videos about how being a painter gives me a unique position from what many art historians would explain concerning this very interesting group of painters. I am Preston McCall, and I appreciate your support. Thank you.